Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna do like a green Christmassy makeup look today. Well, to be honest, it's not actually gonna be that Christmassy, but because it's green, we're gonna say it's inspired by the Grinch. So yeah, we're gonna do a Grinch makeup look. Mainly just because I want to use this P. Louise Acid Rain paint in the shade Limelight. It's like the bright green colour. I just want to do a makeup look using this. So yeah, we're gonna do like a Grinch inspired makeup look. My nails are so ready to come off. I've had these on for like 4 weeks. And quite a few of them are starting to lift now. This one I knocked at work and it's like completely ripped off. The rest of them are still going strong, but they are starting to lift. So I definitely need to give myself a new set. I think I'm gonna go for like a Christmassy snowflake kind of set next. Let's just ignore how much of a state my nails look. I'm gonna do my eyebrows first using the Revolution Pro Brow Pomade. I think I'm gonna need a new one of these soon. I think it's starting to dry up a little bit. My eyebrows are looking a little bit crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm in need of a little bit of a pluck and trim because they're starting to get a little bit out of hand, but they'll do for now. So I finally got my hands on a few of the P. Louise Acid Rain collection and I'm so excited. I got the shades Ecstasy, Ibiza and Limelight. I'm going to use the Limelight shade today. It's the bright neon green colour, so I am so excited to use this. I've actually already had a little bit of a play around with it and I absolutely loved it. I literally need every single colour in these because from what I've seen so far, I love them. But yeah, I'm going to use the shade Limelight today because we're going to go for like a very green Grinch inspired makeup look. I'm going to put a little bit onto a metal plate because I'm not going to lie, I don't want to make a mess of my hand. I've already put my eyebrow stuff on the back of my hand and this is just going to be even worse. So I'm just going to put a little bit onto this plate instead so that it's a little bit tidier. I nearly forgot to prime my eyes. So I'm just going to go in with the P. Louise Base Shade 2. I'm just going to put this all over my eyes. I think some people go in straight with the paints, but because I am going to be using eyeshadows as well, I feel like I just want to use the base as like a starting point. So I'm going in with a tiny little bit of that green paint onto a big fluffy brush. I'm just going to place it into my crease and I'm trying to go in with like the tiniest little bit because I tried it before and I put too much on and it was just a hot mess. So I'm gonna try and go in with like a tiny little bit and build it up because they're very, very, very pigmented and because it's like a cream product, it's a little tiny bit harder to work with. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in with like a little bit at a time. I'm just patting on the edge of this green and it seems to be like blending it out quite well just doing that. I'm not gonna lie, that has blended out really well just on its own without any eyeshadows at all. I do think I'm gonna go in with some eyeshadows like above that just to help blend it out a little bit further, but it has done quite a good job, like I said, on its own. I thought they were gonna be like quite hard to blend because obviously a cream product, but I'm quite impressed with that. I'm going to go in with a little bit of this bright green colour from my James Charles Morphe palette and I'm just going to go lightly above this green paint just to blend it out even more. I feel like I barely needed to do anything there at all. I was going so lightly with my brush, I was barely touching my skin and it's just blended out so nicely. I'm really sorry, this might be like really annoying, but I am going to be dipping into like quite a few different palettes with this makeup look. I don't have just one palette that has loads of different shades of green in it. I've got like a few different palettes that I've got the different colours in I need. So yeah, this might be a little bit annoying, so I am really sorry. I'm thinking I want to go in with like an even lighter green just to help blend that out even more. It has blended out well on its own, but I'd just like to make sure that it is like really nicely blended. So I'm just going to use my BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette and I'm going to go in with this like light greeny yellowy shade here. It's the lightest greeny kind of colour that I can find. It is probably slightly more yellow than green, but I'm going to use it anyway. And I'm just going to go above that just to make sure it's all blended. So I'm quite happy with these lighter green colours. I feel like I've got like a nice smooth finish to it now. So I'm going to go in with some darker colours to deepen it up. I'm going to go back in with my James Charles palette because this is my favourite one. And I'm going to use this deep green colour here. I'm just going to put this into the crease and blend it into that green. I have a lot of respect for people that like go from lighter to darker on a regular basis with these kind of looks, because I found that a lot harder. Well, it wasn't necessarily harder, it was just, it took a little bit longer to do it because I'm just not used to it. But yeah, I think I do prefer going from darker to lighter. That acid rain paint has given it like a really nice base to stick to, and I feel like it's made it even more pigmented than it usually would be. So yeah, loving the paint. I think I want to try and deepen that even more, but the only other like dark green colour I've got is in my Magic by Juvia's palette, and it's this like really dark shimmery kind of green colour, but it's literally the only other darker green colour I've got. And I don't want to go in with black because I feel like black's a little bit too harsh, so I'm going to go in with this even though it has got like a little bit of a shimmer to it. I'm just going to go in with a little bit and focus it mainly on like the outer corner. I feel like I've gone a bit too hard with that. I don't want to ruin this. I could have possibly just ruined this. I think I've put on a little bit too much. I think I've managed to save that actually. I went in with a little bit too much, and because it's so like pigmented, I didn't think I was going to be able to blend that out. I think I've managed it. I think I've saved it. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the Acid Rain Limelight paint. I'm just going to cut my crease. I feel like I've literally been doing cut creases in all of my videos recently, but I've been really liking them. I feel like it suits my eyes really well. So yeah, I'll try and mix it up a little bit for my next few videos because I do feel like I've been doing them a little bit too much. I think I'm finding it slightly harder to cut my crease with these Acid Rain paints than what I usually do with a normal P. Louise base. I think it's just because it's like a little bit thicker, so it's just a little bit harder to make it really precise. I have managed to do it in the end. It just took a little bit longer than what it usually does. I love how it looks because it's like really intense already. Instead of me having to like cut the crease then pack on loads of eyeshadows, it's just gone really intense already, so I do really like it. I just found it a little bit harder because it's just a little bit thicker than usual. I think I found the cut crease a little bit easier to do on this eye, and I think it's because I like mixed in the paint onto my palette instead of just like dipping my brush in, going straight onto the eye. I kind of like mixed it up a little bit, so I think that just made it a little bit easier to work with. So yeah, it went a little bit easier on this eye, but still I'm happy with both. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the darkest green colour that I used out of this palette, and I'm just gonna tap along the edges of that. And I'm also going to go in with a little bit of the darker green colour out of the James Charles palette, and I'm going to do the same with that just so it's all blended. I feel like it's looking a little bit more alien-y than Grinch at the minute, so I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer, and that might make it look a little bit more Christmassy rather than, I don't know what this is looking like at the minute. I'm going to go in with the brighter green shimmery colour from this Magic by Juvia's palette. I'm going to place this next to where I've blended those together. I don't know whether I should add glitter or not to make it like a little bit more Christmassy, but I really like how it's blended like this. I don't know whether I want to like risk ruining it. I might add like a couple of gems onto the outer corner. Yeah, I'm gonna see what that looks like. I'm just gonna use a little bit of my Revolution glitter glue to stick these on. So I've added a few gems to each eye and I really like how they look. I think I'm just gonna do like the rest of my makeup and then come back to my eyes and see like what I want to add. But yeah, this is how the eyes are looking like at the minute. I'm just gonna quickly go through like my face makeup, do my lashes, and then I'll be back to like finish off the rest of my eyes. I feel like my skin actually looks quite good for a change. My skin has been horrible recently. Like I'm really struggling with like spots and like really dry skin. But my foundation's actually gone on really smooth and I'm actually quite happy with how that looks. Although no amount of concealer is covering up how bad my bags under my eyes are. I definitely need more sleep. I'm gonna quickly just put some eyelashes on. I'm gonna do them off camera, but I thought I'd show you which ones I'm gonna be using. These are literally my favourite eyelashes at the minute. You get them for like £3 or £4 off of eBay and they're actually quite good. I actually think I'm getting better at applying false lashes. They went on pretty much straight away. So I'm just gonna do my bottom lash line. I feel like I always tend to ruin my makeup doing this part because I feel like my eyes just don't suit like really dark colours on the bottom lash. But I'm just gonna go ahead with a dark colour anyway. I'm gonna go in with the dark green shade here. I'm gonna apply this close to my lash line. I'm not gonna go all the way into my inner corner with that because I feel like it closes my eyes up too much. I'm gonna leave it until about there. I feel like it just makes my eyes look a little bit wider. Definitely should have put the gems on afterwards because it's going to be harder to connect them both up now without knocking them off. Messed up a little bit. I'm going to go in with a little bit of that lighter green that we used first. I'm going to blend the bottom of that out. I'm going to go back in with this acid rain paint. I'm going to just put this on my waterline. And then just from my Beauty Bay Identity palette, I'm going to use this light green shimmery colour. And I'm just going to use this in my inner corner. Why do I always do that? Oh, it's actually going to stay in my hair, isn't it? I'm just going to go in with my MAC lip liner in the shade Cork. Might have overlined it a little bit too much there. But oh well. And then I'm just going to go in with this sleek liquid lipstick in the shade Feels. I'm going to go in with a little bit of P. Louise base just to lighten that up a little bit because I don't have a lighter nude. And then finally I'm just going to add a little bit of gloss because my lips are too chapped not to. I even put lip balm on before I started filming and there's still a mess, so there's not much I can do about that. So this is the finished look. Let me know what you think down below. It's more of just like a green eyeshadow look rather than Grinch inspired like I was going for, but still it's Christmas, we'll say it's inspired by the Grinch. Can't believe I've got black in my hair. That is not gonna come out. So yeah, I really hope you've liked this makeup look. Let me know what you think down below and I will see you in my next video. Bye!